2018 continues. This time, instead of Gunpla builds, we've got all the other kind of builds that I did this year. And it's not a top 5, it's just kind of going over the ones that are there, because I think there was only 7 total, counting 2 of them together. One of which is kind of trapped, so I'll just mention it offhand. So the bottom thing of the list would be the Hexagear Rayblade Impulse. Of course, you know, the first Hexagear kit that kind of came out over here should have spawned like this whole huge thing, but unfortunately they're not easy to get a hold of. Very few places actually distribute them. And as a Kotobukiya kit, it has, well, a lot of the same problems that Kotobukiya kits have, although it was very, very cool. The motorcycle gimmick is actually very good. The wolf cat thing gimmick is not as good. The fact that it doesn't come with a governor to ride it kind of hinders it. You have to buy a whole separate $25 thing to go on top of it. No pun intended. But a lot of the upcoming Hexagear kits look absolutely amazing. I'm going to try to get them if I can in the coming year. But that one's going to be at the bottom of the list, so call that number 7 in an official capacity. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the rest of the builds that were non-Gunpla related. So number 6 is, well, something definitely different and new for this year. And it is the HG Fullmetal Panic Gernsbach Commander type. It's a pretty decent kit. The color separation is just meh. You know, there's very little going on here. Just gray on top of gray on top of grayish brown. I do like the weapons. The weapons are pretty awesome. I like the sword. I like the miniature sword kind of there. It absolutely reminds me of a small frame arms kit, but because I have no connection to the series, it's kind of hard for me to truly like it. Though the engineering is actually very cool for what it is, but it's also a very expensive small kit. That's one thing that's really kind of put me off on buying the rest of them, because there is, of course, the other Gernsbach kit. There's the Arbalest and all the other ones, the Leviathan, stuff like that. I've looked at them. I don't know if I really want them. But that's kind of why it's at the bottom. It's not that it's bad. It's just, it's not quite as good to me as the things that are definitely above it. Number 5 and number 4 both are from the same series, but because of the difference in the build, the difference in quality and stuff like that, and the, well, general likability of them, this one comes in at number 5. And it's totally the Obsidian Fury, which has already made appearances on the first top list of the year, with its video being liked a whole lot and viewed a ton. And while the kit itself is actually not very bad by any means, the engineering for these Jaegers is actually very cool. It's just really strange and kind of a letdown. Also, having to paint this entire saw blade here just to make it look good sucks. Also, it should be more like a metallic-y gunmetal color, not necessarily solid black. But it's very cool. I like the engineering. I like that the inner frame, quote-unquote, is like the softish plastic. So that's actually pretty good, but it's not quite as good as the next one. And as I've already stated, you know, the next one, number 4, is from the same line, so it's pretty obvious that it's the HG Gypsy Avenger. Being that it's the hero suit, you'd think it would be a little bit better. And sculpt-wise, it is, but you have to do so much more. Like, I added all this gold. These stickers are kind of a nightmare, but they look great when they're done. The hand-swapping gimmicks are really cool. Kind of a pain in the butt, but the fact that you get the different types of weaponry, stuff like that, is actually good. And the fact that you can put an LED in the chest, while a pain in the butt, is actually good in the end run. I gotta find that yellow LED. I forgot what I did with it. But I've got one here somewhere for that purpose. But also the fact, you know, I had to paint the hands with gunmetal and stuff like that to get it good. I enjoyed it because I detailed it up and made it look better. And you guys actually really dug this review and stuff like that. So as they go, I mean, I've only got one more of these to build. I just haven't been up on it. So I'll have to get that done sometime in the very near future. But let's move on. Now, third place is something very, very different from the rest, as it's not exactly a robot. And it's really, really very cool. I absolutely love this thing in a review. You guys didn't really respond to it, even though it's an incredibly good kit, and I'm gonna look forward to getting a lot of the other ones in the near future, because there's an abundance of these coming out, which should make it pretty obvious that it is totally the figurized build, or well, figurized standard, Kamen Rider build. This thing is so good. The fact that the stickers are nearly seamless, like you almost don't notice them at all, especially when it's done. The articulation is actually very, very good. Now you do have to paint a lot of details, such as the entire build driver here that needs to be painted, with exception of the stickers. The stickers themselves are actually really well done, especially here on like the gun or the reverse foil stickers on the head. It's just really very good, and I can't wait to get more of these, like I said. But this one, especially considering he's got the base here, and I actually have some effect parts that I'm going to use for him. I just keep forgetting to review them, and they kind of got put away, so I'm going to have to get to that very soon. But yeah, this guy definitely comes in number 3. So you guys should know clearly what is going to be in the top 2. So I'm just going to let you guess for right now which one's going to be runner-up, what's going to be the top. No, you're wrong. In fact, it's this. Voltron. So you guys watched the live build of this kit, and he looks really cool in Voltron form. And while I haven't got the review done as of yet, he will be done, well, fairly soon. Probably, it was supposed to be the last review of the year. It's probably going to end up being the first review of next year. But I do like it. The fact that it's all ABS makes it kind of a pain in the butt because you cannot panel line it properly, but the painted details that come in the box are very good. As for my first Super Mini-Pla kit, I'm actually pretty well impressed. I'm definitely wanting to get the Megazords and stuff like that, along with some of the Gridman kits. Just Super Mini-Pla, as it is really on my radar. So in the near future, or in the next year or so, I'll definitely be picking up more of them, though they are a little bit pricey for what they are. But Voltron totally rocks. So with Voltron out of the way, was obviously at the very top here for good reason, is these 2 kits. The Flame Toys, Optimus Prime, and Nemesis Prime. Now, had I not put in all the effort to customize these, I don't know that I would like them as much as I do. But being that they came out so awesome, despite having a few problems, as we've covered in the Prime review, and not necessarily in the Nemesis review, they're still very awesome. I love the details. I love all the things. So these 2, for sure, top best non-Gundam things I built all year. In fact, probably is at the top of just things I built, to be totally honest with you guys. So if you like them, make sure you go check out the review. For some reason, the Nemesis does not have nearly as many views as Prime, so we need to fix that. I did an amazing job on this, and I did a build log for it. So please, please go check out those videos. But that's it for my top non-Gunpla builds. Not really a number, because 7, technically. I couldn't think of anything else that I built that wasn't Gundam related or directly out of Gundam. And of course, the introduction of new Transformers kits, Super Mini-Pla, stuff like that this year has really kind of changed things up. And in the future, I don't know if I'm going to pick up any more of the Fullmetal Panic kits. They are what they are. But I don't know how interested I am in them. But Flame Toys, definitely picking up almost all of their model kits in the future. Of course, I still have Starscream sitting over here to be built sometime soon. IDW Prime coming out next month. Bumblebee after that. Megatron after that. I'm on top of all of these things. Gonna get them all. But guys, that's it for this list. And make sure you stick around for all the other things. If you haven't seen the Gunpla list for some reason, go check that out. It'll be up here on the card, or definitely at the end. All this stuff will be in one big Class of 2018 playlist. So, yay for that. And I'll catch you guys on our next top list. Remember, as always, keep on building.